She is a beauty. Take a man, take good care of me. Like a beauty. My bad. I'm back. I'm here. I'm trying to get my glasses. Y'all give me a second. I'm trying to get set up. Give me one hot second. Y'all know me. Hopefully everybody's evening is going well. I decided to go a little bit later because my West Coast people and some of my people that's in Texas, I decided to get on a little bit later for all my people that's on the West Coast so we can kind of tap in. Because I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Atlanta. And right now it's like almost 10 o'clock over here. So, what's up? Stack Mill? Hold on. Let me clean my glasses off. What's up? Ambient Mac? What's up? What's up? I think that's your name. Let me get my glasses on. But hopefully everybody's doing good. So look, everybody that's watching on YouTube, everybody that's watching on Instagram, everybody that's watching on Facebook, this is just my check-in for doing the 30 for 30 challenge. Everybody that's new to the chat, I've been doing the free coaching for the whole month of March. I've been coaching musicians and business owners into building businesses and building brands for the whole month of March. So with me coaching them, I've been trying to go live every day, which is a struggle for me. I ain't gonna front, cause I be trying to schedule my time off. My days be going ridiculous. Like my days don't stop. Like today started at about 5:20 this morning. Today started at 5:20 this morning. So I'm really doing this off the love because I really love people. I really love to see people win. Hey Ashley, let me get my glasses on. And I got to get my Facebook chat up. Everybody that's on Facebook, just say something in the chat. I can see y'all on the screen. I don't have Twitch or any of my other chats up just yet. Matter of fact, I try to pull them up right quick. Let me try to pull Twitch up. But hopefully everybody's good. If you're new to my channel, if you're new to my chat on IG, I am a music producer slash Grammy winning music producer. I've sold over 20 million in albums. Over 20 million in albums. And that comes from me producing on Eminem's albums. Uh, it feels good to say Eminem's albums and it not be a lie. Like I really did produce on Eminem's albums. But anyway, I came from the class of Hard Knocks. As you said, hello. I came from the class of Hard Knocks, right? So I always tell the story about me winning a Grammy and being broke and being dead broke after winning a Grammy, and how crazy that felt. How crazy that felt. We talking about years ago. So I just started back writing. I love it. That's what I'm talking about, Ashley. We gotta make sure. I'm gonna make sure we follow you. I'm all for creative people. I stand for creative people. That's why I'm doing the free coaching call. Because what happened for me, again, after the Grammy, I went broke. I went broke from being done with money. The top amount that I made off of a beat was $27,000. That was the top that I've made for a beat. My medium kind of lays between 7 grand and 10. That's my medium. Even to today. But anyway, I'm not talking about prices. I'm just talking about what I stand for. So I remember how I felt being dead broke after winning a Grammy and after um, achieving success and going to all the high dollar studios and everybody seeing you win, like seeing you win on camera, right? The music business is the biggest cappers of the world. They are just cap. I need a cap. I need a baseball cap. Music business is all cap. So what I had to learn was, and keep in mind, I'm college educated. I got a degree in classical studies. I got a background in business and administration. I have backgrounds in marketing and business, right? I got that as a background, but I never really used it until after hitting rock bottom, after getting the Grammy, after all of this stuff. After I did all of that, I was like, okay, so this is how y'all make money. And I started to hang with real estate people. And I started to hang with hedge fund people. And I started to hang with people that's talking about portfolios and the Fortune 500 and 401k plans. And I started talking about, when I started hanging around them, I was like, oh, this is what I should have been doing the whole time. So what I did, I ended up going in and I created a handyman business. And from that handyman business, I went from making, because I was broke. The lowest I had was like it was a negative $257.58. Negative $257.58. It was right around there. I might be off by a couple cents, but I was broke, sitting at the house with a Grammy, with platinum plaques, with Billboard awards in my basement. Not this basement, because that house we actually got kicked out of. I own this house. I own all of this house. I own this one and a few others. But I had to just learn. I had to learn, okay, that's doing stupid with money. And everything that us musicians, everything that they try to push to us musicians, you need to go get a gig. You need to try to go get on tour. You need to try to go get a placement. You go get the placement with this artist. And if you trust me, again, I have a Grammy and plaques. When you get that with them artists, those are little one-offs. The stuff that I'm teaching tonight, the stuff that I've been teaching for all 30 days is game that's going to keep you eating forever. This is game that you're going to keep eating forever. So that's why I keep telling musicians, yo, tap in with me, bro. Tap in with me. It's way bigger than music reviews. I also do music reviews. Music reviews is on Mondays, first Mondays and third Mondays of each month. But even with that, I don't personally do music reviews dolo no more. We have a whole subgroup that just focuses on film and television. It's called Upgrade the Meaning. Y'all can follow all of their social media pages. But that's where my brain goes. Because I'm like, all right, all of these musicians, they have no clue. And that's for the music reviews is for the people that's not necessarily interested in building business. Because I realize everybody don't want to grow up. Everybody don't want to. Some folks just want to be a Toys R Us kid. That's all right. Do you? As for me and mine, I knew what it was like after I built that handyman business and that first client paid me $250. And then she called her friend and said, "Look, I just met this guy named Mike, and he's a phenomenal handyman. He did the lighting work, he did sheetrock." And then the friend calls me over to the house. I make another $500. And for me, I was broke. I was trying to go from church to church, try to get a check, try to get this. That was the dumbest play ever, but that is the play that everybody keeps trying to push to musicians. That's what they keep trying to get y'all to do. So I'm trying to be the Martin Luther King of musicians and creative people and say, look, we got a superpower. Creative people have a superpower that can't nobody touch. Honestly, we just have to put the right framework around it. We have to put the right framework around it. Again, and the funny thing, thank you for the follow. But the funny thing is, I told y'all that the most expensive beat that I sold was $27,000. That plaque that's right there behind me, that's for the Recovery album. That's actually an old plaque. I'm old 20 million sold. That was only 3 million at the time. That was only 3 million. I'm owed 20 million. But that, as far as like the plaque, all that stuff, I still get my royalties and all that stuff. But anyway, I took months, I took years to get to the point where I could get the recognition, where I could get in the door at Universal, where I could get in the door at Shady, where I could get on the album with Havoc, where I could get on. It took years to do that stuff to make 27,000. Now this is the flip side, and this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. When it came to handyman business, I started the handyman business back in 2018. No, before that. I started because my daughter was just born. That was 2015, 2016, around that them time. Right around that time, started the handyman business. First time I was done broke. About two weeks into a month, I'm making $2,000. After that, I'm making another $10,000. After that, I'm like, okay, I got this. Now I have a new skill. Now I have a new skill where I can either go flip houses, go work for a contractor, and I'm looking at all this stuff and looking at all this plays. I actually went and worked for a contractor, made $4,000 a month. I did that for a little bit, and I said I need to try to become a general contractor because that's what they do. And if I could just hire my own people, I'd become a general contractor. I get the money too. Guess what? The first deal, and this is what people is putting the switch. You got to turn the switch. The first deal I did was $33,000. 2 months. $33,000. And them folk in the head, it was a group of investors that hired me to be the general contractor for a flip. They said, look, if you do this flip, we'll pay you $10,000 every Friday. You look at your bank account, it's gonna be $10,000 to hit your account every Friday. And I was like, Wait, this what y'all been doing the whole time? I was like, this ain't what y'all been doing the whole time. I know this ain't it. So guess what? What happened after that? I started honing in on not buying, but honing in on getting deals where I could be the general contractor for different businesses or different hedge fund companies. I started getting an account in North Carolina. I'm in Georgia. I got an account in North Carolina, hedge fund company. Look, we need somebody to do property management. Got another account in Clayton County. Get another account in Doraville. Get another account in Gwinnett. Get another account in DeKalb County. And guess what? I'm looking at this like, how none of y'all know about these plays? None of y'all don't know about this? Oh, y'all just want to make beats. Okay. Okay, cool. Y'all want to make beats? Cool. Do your thing. And I learned right then and there. I said, okay, I got to figure out something that I could do to teach musicians how to get to a real bag because they've been doing it all wrong. Y'all think y'all got to chase folk to try to get placements. Y'all got to chase these artists. Y'all got to chase studio sessions. Y'all got to kiss people butt to get on. Like that's dead. I even have a 501c3 business. What am I joining at? I got a 501c3 that I started last year called No More Starving Artists. No More Starving Artists. That's my 501c3. If you look it up, that's mine. Right? Guess what? I have created community initiatives. I have a festival coming up this summer. I got a mom's musical started. Shouts out to Black Lives Matter because they're one of the sponsors for the mom's musical. And I'm just like, yo, I am big on I got to get people, I got to get y'all to get it. Everybody got to get it. We got to get it. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. That's a little bit about me. DJ said, "Young, I want to learn." All right, cool, dope. Well, I'm here to teach. Well, at least y'all. What is this? Day 22. I will tell y'all. I will start with this. Anybody that does like tonight's talk, this is day 22. But if you do like tonight's talk, go follow the Mad Lucrative Network on YouTube. The Mad Lucrative Network. You'll see all of the days from day 1 all the way to 22, which is today. I've been posting them daily. And again, this is just me. I don't believe in the idea of giving back. I want everybody to be informed because I feel like if everybody is informed, then everybody treats everybody properly and everybody knows, okay, no, that is a bad deal. Or no, I'm not going to stoop to that level. Or even for my females, I'm not going to try to sell box or I'm not going to try to go on the. It's so many other options for us to be doing the stuff that we're doing. It's just stupid stuff. But anyway, let me get started because I've been carrying on over an hour every night and I'm trying not to do that. Everybody that's watching this on playback, my apologies. Y'all know how I am. I like to run off at the mouth in the beginning. I just like people to know. I want people to know. Ain't that an old Patti LaBelle song? And you've been blessed. It's somebody's song. All right, so let me pull up the PDF. Everybody on all the other platforms, y'all can't see the PDF. TikTok, y'all can't see it, but again, I'm live everywhere. So if y'all want to see the PDF, I suggest go ahead and go look at it. I will be teaching from the 30 for 30. Also, last but not least, everybody that does want to download the PDF, it's in my bio. Just go to the link in my bio. It's called 30 for 30. It's the first tab, right? All right. But everybody that's watching on playback, I'm gonna pull it up on the screen. Y'all can see it right now. I am live on IG right now too. It's the same name on IG. All right. So all right, cool. Here we go. All right, so 30 for 30, 30 for 30. I'll give y'all a quick rundown for everybody that's been missing every day. I'll give y'all a rundown of what it's been. And the 30 for 30 originally started last year when I was doing music reviews. No, that was 2023. Golly, time been flying. But 2023, I started doing music reviews, right? And I would notice that there were the same questions that would come up in every chat. Every chat, it was either a musician talking about, I want you to listen to my music, or yo, what things do I need to do to get on, or it was a social media question, how can I get a network, how would I get signed? I was getting all of these questions on a consistent basis. I said, all right, this is a consistent issue that's going on in my industry. So I wrote a book. I wrote well, not a book, it's more so of a handbook. But I wrote the handbook. The handbook was called the 30-day social media jumpstart. 30-day social media jumpstart was the first handbook that I wrote. I got ebooks out too though. I got ebooks and everything out. But anyway, I did that 30 for 30, that 30-day social media jumpstart specifically for the people that was coming to music reviews. So when it comes to a music review, if they got a certain amount of questions, I would say, look, I'm gonna just give y'all the 30-day social media jumpstart and just go get started. Just go get started. And the 30-day social media jumpstart consisted of posting every day for 30 days and reach out to 30 people a day. Simple. That's the simple breakdown. Post every day for 30 days and reach out to 30 people every day. And the hope is that you start building your leads and you get over the idea of cold calls and you get over the idea of cold DMs and cold emails and just you start learning how to do things a little bit better. And then at the end of the 30 days, I will normally offer you my lucrative community where I'm coaching people every month throughout the year. Or if you didn't want to do that, then I would do a sit down and I do a consulting. Some people just would rather pay for the day with me, and it's a grip. But some people would have rather done that. So I said, all right, cool. What can I do after I did this 30-day social media jumpstart? Because people were starting to do the thing that was in the jumpstart. And I was like, okay, this is a whole nother group of issues. Because what happens, and this is what I want all my business people to understand. All my business people got to understand this. When you are in the business of solving problems for people, when you're in the business of solving problems for people, when they go do the thing and you solve the problem, it's going to create another problem because it's going to be a new level that they've reached. Case in point, when I first started doing production, my main issue was trying to get my sound better. I wanted to get the better speakers. I wanted to get the better. I think at the time I had a old Juno. We talking about 1996. I had an old Juno Tascam recorder, and I was just like, yo, this is I gotta get better. I gotta get better. So all of my years from 1996 all the way to 2003, it was me trying to get the sound better. I got to get the sound better. Keep in mind, y'all do the timelines. 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. We talking about 8 years of trying to get the sound better. Some of y'all be giving up after 6 months. Some of y'all, this stuff takes a lot of effort and a lot of time. If you want to be successful, it takes a lot of effort and time. So anyway, after I got my sound right and I started getting the eyes from the industry people, now that's a whole nother group of issues. Because now the industry people that in my peer group, which was like Mustard and like DJ Toomp and Boy Wonder, all of us is in the same class. Same class of production, same albums, everything, right? The issue now became, okay, it's not a quality situation. Now, how am I building my leads? How do they know this person that signed that check? How do they know this person that got them in that studio session? It's a whole nother group of issues. So I had to hone in and start building the muscle of networking. You see what I'm saying? So I've solved all of these problems along the way, but now it's like, okay, what other problems exist? I'm like that with everything that I do. Any coaching call, any business that I come across, if you ask me stuff and you ask me to fix something for you, I'm going to help you level up to where you're trying to get to. And now you're going to be like, yo, it's a whole nother issue right here. Because this is one thing that I don't think people realize. When you are in the business of selling merch, right? Most musicians, they say, all right, well, I got this album coming out. And since the album coming out, I'm going to put some merch to go with the album. And then I'm going to go on tour. I'm going to do a chilling circuit tour. And I'm going to do some type of tour with a bigger artist. And I'm going to open up for them. That's like the cookie cutter game plan for all the people, right? But nobody put the contingency in the plan where the musician is actually dope and they're an influencer. Where they're dope and influencers. So they might be sitting over here with 500,000. They might be sitting over here with 500,000 followers, right? 500,000 followers. And you got one of the dopest records out. You going viral every week. But you have no knowledge on how to build a merch line. You have no knowledge on how to keep track of your inventory. Whole nother group of issues. Whole nother group of issues. So I always like to challenge people, find other people's issues. I like to find people issues that got some money. Uh, Not too many of the broke ones. Not too many. Goliath, Tracy, what's going on? What's going on? All right, so let me let me do a quick rundown. How much time I got? I be in like okay, I'm already 20 minutes in. All right, I gotta get started. All right, number one, day one, and I'm gonna run through these until we get to 2022. Today is 22, so I'm gonna just run through these so y'all can get an idea of what the whole 30 for 30 has been. All right, day one, defining your unique brand. What makes you stand out? What makes you stand out? Do you look different? Are you like Danny? What was my boy name? Danny something that had the missing teeth from Detroit. That was a dope rapper. Are you like Lil Uzi? You got the little star joint on your head. Are you like Eminem? You talk about traumatic things, traumatic experiences. Are you like 50? You talk about going hard and get rich or die trying and just dominating on in every area. Like what makes you different? All right. Number two, creating a strong story. Artist bio. Y'all got to go look at the day. It's on YouTube. Day three, choosing the brand, aesthetics, colors, fonts, the vibe, crafting your social media strategies. Day four. Day five, optimizing your IG, TikTok, and website. Day six, all of these are like hour-long conversations. All of these are hour-long courses on YouTube currently. So again, the Mad Lucrative Network. Go follow that. You can watch the whole thing. Day six, making a professional EPK. I showed y'all how to do that. I showed y'all my EPK. Day seven, content planning. What to post, when to post, how much to post, what to post, all that. Just posting, how to post. That was day seven. Day eight, who is your ideal fan base, your ideal client, who's your target audience, and how could we map a way to get to them people. And I gave y'all all of that. I gave y'all the whole game plan. Day nine, organic growth, how to attract more fans, industry contacts, how to attract more people. And I'm gonna let y'all know from day one to around day 15 was all about me pouring into the content creator, pouring into you, the person that needs to present the thing. After we pass day 15, we are all talking about the thing, whatever the thing is, whether you're selling cups, whether you selling merch, whatever you're selling, from day 15 all the way to day 30, it's all about that because I want to make sure that y'all got enough information to kill it for the rest of 2025. All right. Anyway, day 10, creating an email list, a strong fan base, and growth strategies. Day 11, it was a lead magnets, how to give freebies. My freebie tool, my freebie phrase. Freebie phrase. I like that. My freebie phrase is chicken on a stick. Commit that to memory. Y'all gonna hear somebody talk about chicken on a stick. I'm gonna be on somebody's broadcast on the Breakfast Club or somewhere. Watch. I'm gonna be somewhere talking about chicken on a stick. What chicken on a stick is, the basic principle. Give something away for free first before you expect somebody to pay for it. All right, so you get a lady at the mall. I always like to do this. This is my. Oh, nope. I got me a stick. I did. I remember this time. Got me a stick. Got me a stick. But chicken on the stick would be you walking through the mall. Let's just pretend this was my wipe for my glasses, but let's pretend this is chicken. So you walk through the mall and you pass the food court and you see the lady, the little Chinese lady. She's probably attractive. Still a Scorpio. She's probably attractive. So you should see her walking. You want some chicken? 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 And you look at her and say, I don't want none. I don't think I really want none. She's like, you want something? It's free. You sure you don't want none? And you take it. He's like, that was alright. What was that? Teriyaki? What was that? Then you gonna tell your wife or your girlfriend, like, oh boy, yo, bro, you need to taste that. That's alright. They gonna taste it. That was alright. Now y'all gonna walk around the mall. Y'all gonna walk around the mall for about an hour. After y'all walk around, you're gonna get hungry. You're gonna say, we may as well go back to the food court instead of leaving the mall. We may as well go to the food court, get something right quick, and then we dip out, right? Well, guess what? Your first option is probably gonna be the lady that gave you the chicken on the stick. She gave you the chicken on the stick, gonna be the first option. She's gonna be like, yo, it was alright. And look, the funny thing is this, I don't think people understand this. When you give people something for free of value, when you do that, you've officially etched that in their brain. Like, yo, that was good. Even if they don't want it right now. I even gave another example. I think that was day 13. I gotta keep going. But I think that was day 13. I was telling people about billboards and marketing and ad advertising. And I said, y'all realize how marketing really works is you do, especially suggestive marketing. You'll post something for a sale in the future. You'll see a person post a billboard for somebody to buy something from them in the future. If I'm selling my master class, I'm gonna run ads on Google for somebody to buy it in the future. So therefore, you can't get in your feelings when people don't buy it right now. You can't get in your feelings when people see your product and they don't buy it right now. Guess what? That might not be the thing that they technically need in the moment. Case in point, funeral homes. Case in point, funeral homes. I live in Atlanta. I've seen so many funeral homes marketing, and they got the big billboards. Willie Watkins Funeral Home. In North Carolina, it was Carl Russell Funeral Home. Guess what? If I'm alive and I'm driving on the expressway and I can see that billboard, that means I don't need that service right now. I am alive. I am a man, Damon. I don't need the service right now, but I saw it. It's committed to memory. And guess what? If we got somebody that passed and I'm like, yo, man, thanks, sorry to hear that. Do y'all have funeral arrangements? How y'all, what's the setup? Man, I don't even know what to think. I don't know. I don't have no clue what to do now. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to say, Willie Watkins, I saw the advertisement on the expressway. Let's see. And that's why those law firms and the 1-800-PAIN, that's why they do all of this marketing. It's not for you to buy something from them right now. It's for you to buy something from them in the future. So the faster we commit that to memory, the more we won't have headaches when people don't buy our stuff. You have to have some leniency for some people. Now, I will tell y'all, tonight I am going to be talking about how to do a little bit more pressing to get sales and try to level up and to try to build leads even more. I am going to talk about that tonight. But the premise of all of this is not for you to sell something or push something to somebody and say, look, you need to buy this right now. They're going to be like, no, I don't need it right now. And then don't get mad and be like, man, F you. Guess what? If you do that, now you've officially killed the idea of that being your future customer. You've killed the idea of that being your future customer. If you say, man, F you, man, you don't want to buy my ish right now? Same thing with fellas. This principle works for everything. This principle works for everything. When it comes to dudes trying to date females, guess what happened? Oh, you don't want it? You gonna ignore B? F you then, B. Guess what? Done. Good job. You just detonated any chance that you had with that. She probably was gonna be a really good fit in another 6 months to a year. You probably need to just build a better relationship. You probably need to try to figure out some type of friendship, especially if it was some attraction there. But you just killed it. You say FUB. We can't be so sporadic with people. We have to be willing to build relationships. But anyway, and this is why every day has been going on and on for longer than it need to. All right, day 12, networking one-on-one, how to get in front of the right people. That was day 12. Day 13, collaborations and partnerships, how to expand your reach. I covered all of this. Day 14, social proof, leveraging your testimonials. My perfect example is the people that's doing fitness. If you've been severely out of shape and you got to being in shape, guess what? Use yourself as the testimonial. Document all the things that you've done to lose the weight. Document the food that you've done. What time did you have to eat? What time did you have to wake up? Did you do meal prep? Did you work out a certain amount of time? If you did, how long did you work out? Did you do resistance training? Did you do more cardio? If you document all of this, and now you got this product, which is you, at the end, you say, look, I want to help you out. And this is the thing. You don't have to sell stuff to people if they need it. We don't have to sell nothing to nobody if they need it. You say, look, man, I see that you about to eat that. I ain't judging you, but I did that a few years ago, and that got me like 50 pounds overweight. And they're going to be like, wait, you are in shape. What did you do? And now you started to build rapport with people, and they say, yo, I want to do what you did because your body is fire. For men and female, everybody can do this stuff. Everybody can do it. Anyway, how to leverage your testimonial. And this is why my coaching calls me constant. All right, day 15, the power of the DMs, how to work real DMs, how to work real relationships in the DMs. I ain't talking about nothing nasty. I'm talking about building good business relationships. Day 16, engaging and converting followers into super fans aka family, because I don't believe nobody is a fan. I believe if you want somebody to support you for real, they need to be in the family zone. What family does most of the time, if you got good family, what family does is they treat you with care. If you do something crazy, they're gonna give you a few. They're gonna give you a few outs before they say, "All right, I don't f with you no more." That's the difference between a super fan and a family member. We have seen over and over how people treated Kanye. People have given Kanye ticket after ticket after, man. Ye do got something going on. I mean, he did lose his mama. When you do that for your favorite artist, or you do that for your favorite content creator, you're officially family to them. You're not a super fan. You're family because you say, all right, look, let's give them a little bit of time. Let them figure it out. Let them give them a little time instead of writing them off all together. Instead of writing them off all together, you give them a little bit of time. You've turned it to family. You're not a super fan. You're not just a follower. Day 17, how to pitch your product to venues and playlists and brands. That was a good one for musicians. Day 18, pricing your art and your service with confidence. I always say, confidence starts with accountability. Confidence starts with accountability. The more you hold yourself accountable, the more confident you'll be with everything that you start doing in life, right? Business, whatever, right? Confidence starts with accountability. All right, 19, creating a high value offer. For me, it's coaching calls, music courses, merch, all that kind of stuff. Day 20, we almost there. Day 20, building a simple sales funnel. Building a simple sales funnel and converting leads into buyers. That was a fun one. Day 21, how to sell without feeling sleazy. Selling a good offer where you ain't like one of them car salesmen just selling stuff to people. Like that was yesterday's play. Today we talking about how to sell more music merchant services. That was specifically for my musicians, all of my business people. Plug in your business where it says music. Plug in your business. How to sell more cupcakes, merch and services. How to sell more tax services and whatever your business is. Plug in that right there. But I'm going to use music in most of my examples tonight. Um, and let me go ahead and pull this up. I don't know who's all in the chat. I saw a few people. I did say something to Tracy. I said something to Goliath. I see old Sarge. I think that's what it is. Unlimited. What's up? GI was popping. And I think that's sorry. What's up? All right. So anyway, uh, today I went and we golly 30 minutes in already. All right. So today I want to make sure I nail in I want to put a nail, a hammer to the nail when it comes to us selling our merch and our services. Um, Now it's certain key things that I would like to bring out. Today is going to be roughly seven points I want to make, and everybody else. Again, I will be posting my Chat GPT prompts. My Chat GPT prompts will be posted in the 30 for 30 once it's for sale in April. So just let me know if y'all are some of the early buyers. I forgot to let y'all know. Everybody that actually bought the 30 for 30 before I listed like the whole course with me doing the talking and with me doing all this stuff, if you buy it at the $20 ticket, then I'm gonna honor you and give you the videos and give you the chat GPT prompts and all this stuff. But it will be $400 when it hits the market in April. Just let y'all know off the rip. That's the price we decided on, $400. $399. Alright, so anyway. For both merch and services, this is a few things that we want to commit to memory. A few things to commit to memory as it relates to merch and services. Number one, we got to know the audience. Number one, we got to know the audience. Who are they? What do they value? Not what do you want them to buy. What do they value? Not what do you want them to buy. Um, people buy things. People buy things based off of necessity, and then a lot of people they buy things based off of wants, right? I think the worse off the economy gets, a lot of people are going to just be buying stuff on value. The closer those brackets get when it comes to poverty and who's doing good and who ain't doing good, more people are going to start buying based off of value. So I would like for people to be early adopters. Be early adopters. If you know you're trying to sell some merch and you know you're trying to start a business, these are a few things. Know the audience. Who are they? What do they value? What do they value? What problems do you see solving for them? Are you solving problems for their businesses? Are you solving problems for their merch line? Because this is the funny thing. A lot of people hear me doing these talks. Y'all forget I might have t-shirt people that's taking a 30 for 30 challenge. Well, if a t-shirt person is taking the 30 for 30 challenge and they've been struggling in the area of trying to get clients, they're going to start offering y'all stuff for free. And y'all going to get used to getting some of their products. And they might even do it at a discount. And they say, all right, look, we just do some type of subscription and now you can just buy 100 shirts from me a month and you just upcharge it. Like you pay me, let's say $500 a month for 100 shirts, and then you go out and you sell them for however much of an upcharge. You make $1,000, and we can keep this going. Guess what? If they do that, if any of the t-shirt people do that, no, I probably taught them. No, I probably did it. But anyway, number two, build a strong brand. Build a strong brand. The easiest way to build a strong brand, I don't know what happened to my camera, y'all, my apologies. But the easiest way to build a strong brand is to get in front of people, make sure that you educate them on your product, make sure that they have enough information that they can go off of to make a sound decision before they buy something from you. I suggest, going back to this 30 for 30, post every day. Post something of value every day. If you're the comedian and you trying to get more gigs, I'm going to say this off the rip. You got to figure out a way to tie your comedy to mental health. That's the easiest way I can see you doing it. You got to tie your comedy to mental health. You got to tie your comedy to some type of asset that a company needs. Case in point, when I do these talks, a lot of people like to hear me talk about the struggle part. They like to hear me talk about the struggle. They like to hear me talk about winning the Grammy, and then they like to hear me talk about building business. And then I normally land right around the building business side. Well, guess what? This don't just apply to musicians. This applies to any company. If Coca-Cola called me to do a talk, I will have something to say to their clients, or I will have something to say to the people that work for them. So I challenge, especially my comedians. Y'all got the gift of gab. Y'all got the chops. Y'all go work the room. Go. Don't limit your comedy to trying to go do a comedy club and then trying to go get a movie and then trying to do a comedy special. Like that's the regular thing to do. It's so many other steps that you could take in between there and get money the whole time. You can literally get bags the whole time. I challenge you to do that. So, all right, that was number two. That was number two. Number three, have a clear offer. Have a clear offer. The more clutter that you have in your offer and the more confusion that might be presented when you're offering something to people, the chances are they're not going to buy it. Case in point, day one, I talked about people creating a stronger bio for their IG pages and their TikTok pages and whatever other pages they got going on, LinkedIn, whatever, right? I said, you don't want to have too many slashes. I said, if you have too many slashes, them slashes might get you in trouble. Case in point, what a slash is. Yeah, my name is Magneto7. This is a bad slash, too. I'm giving y'all a terrible slash. What's up? My name is Magneto7. I like to produce music and I also flip houses and I'm also a general contractor. But in addition to that, I also have a remodeling, interior design business, and I also sell water part time. And while I sell water, I collect watches, so I'm a watch collector. Also, I like old school cars. I buy old school cars occasionally, and I'm kind of a connoisseur with old schools. And then I also, you see what I'm saying? And I'm also a podcaster. And the funny thing is this, where a lot of this stuff is true, a lot of this stuff is true about me, I don't need to broadcast that. That has nothing to do with my brand. That has nothing to that me having all of that information presents no value to nobody. See what I'm saying? But if people see my bio and they see Grammy Award winning producer, and I think I got my bio where it's like the content whisperer or something like that. I was being slick. I'm gonna change it at some point. But for me, I'm like, okay, I want to put some things in my bio that makes you ask me a question. What you mean by when you say content whisperer? I'm glad you asked. I coach artists, I coach musicians, I coach content creators on how to monetize their music and how to monetize their art. What do you mean by monetize? Make money. How do they make money? Through side hustles, through different businesses, through investments, whatever they want, whatever their area of interest is, I coach them on how to get there. Oh, that's dope. And the thing is, everybody has to get to the point where you're precise and clear. The fastest way to get clear, I'm gonna let y'all know off the rip. Y'all gotta practice doing it over and over and over and over and over and over. My take on life and everything in life is, if I'm not as fluent as I am playing the keyboard and everything, I need to work harder. I can turn on any keyboard, I can turn on any computer. You could give me any DAW, you could give me any, even if it's just a 4-track recorder, you could give me anything and say, hey, make me some beats. Can you make some beats off of this? Guess what? Let me sit with it for about an hour, maybe 2 hours, and I'm gonna have you a slew of beats. I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna figure out, because it's something that's consistent. It's the same for everything. Everything has some type of consistency to it. I just got to figure out what is the common thing, and then as soon as I see what it is, we out there. We're good. So if you're in the space where you're really really good at something, figure out what made you good. How much time did you put into it? How much effort did you take? Was it an actual skill that you learned? Were you just born with the gift of gab? Are you a person that's just really really good with building relationships with people? You're a genuine person. Are you one of the people that's like a nurse? And I know the thing is, I say a lot, and I'm trying to go through it as fast as possible because I got a lot to talk about. But honestly, the clearer you are on everything you do, is going to make everything that much easier. If you can make sound decisions while clutter is going on, if you can make sound decisions while clutter is going on, you found it. You found it. I can be in a room full of hood folk, and I have been in these rooms before. Trust me, plenty of them. But I can be in a room full of hood folk, and everybody yelling and screaming, and they're trying to come up with some type of plan. And while they're doing that, I'm just looking like, okay, this. I heard her say that. That's an issue for her. Okay, cool. This and I'm listening. Listening to the room, and I'm focusing in on what is the common problem in this room and how can it be solved. And then I say, like, hey, I got an idea. And they're like, what? What, Nito? Nito got something to say. What Nito got to say? And I say this thing, and for me, it's not elaborate. But for them, they're like, yo, that's the solution. I didn't even realize that was the main issue. And I'm like, everybody has to get to the point where you try to just listen. Listen to the issues. Listen to the issues. But anyway, we got to have a clear offer. Be super clear with yourself. Be super clear with them. What are you selling? What does it include? How does it benefit the person? What are you selling? What does it include? And how does it benefit the person? All right. Number four. Create urgency or scarcity around the product. Again, I've said something about this. I think that was day 18 or day 19. I don't mind creating scarcity around product if I have deadlines to meet. If I got deadlines to meet. Like right now, we're working on this mom's musical, and some of my deadlines consist of locking in sponsorships and selling tickets and making sure that the actual stage play set is built. And then my wife is working on the singers and the dancers and the actors that's doing the whole broad, like I was gonna say Broadway, it's gonna get there sometime, but the whole theatrical presentation, she's doing that part. I'm doing the finance and the business and some of the music scoring, right? Well, guess what? We got the sale no matter what. Whether those tickets are donated in the form of sponsorships, or whether people paid their hard-earned money that they went to go work at their job to buy a ticket. We need to sell 500 tickets for that venue, for that event to be successful in my eyes. It got to be 500 tickets, period. And guess what? We doing 3 days. We rented the venue for 3 days. So that ain't 500 tickets, that's 1,500 tickets. Right? So for me, I'm like, okay, I already done put the bread up. And I believe I will go all in on the dream if I know that the dream is going to go here. If we know that the dream is go build the Tyler Perry studio and we standing up there like this, if we know that's what one of the dreams is, how do we get there? What's the fastest way to get there? We've already done the simple stuff. We've done the baby stuff. We got a few resources now. We got a few bags here and there. How can we do this? How can we do this? So for me, I have to create some type of urgency based around selling tickets. But for y'all, it might not be that urgent just yet. You might not even know what the product is just yet. I challenge you, figure it out. Figure out what the product is. Make sure you give a test. Do you some type of test group? For me, when I first started doing the master class no, golly, that was, yeah, the first master class was in February 2024. February 2024 was the first masterclass that I put on for musicians, right? What I learned from that was I think I gave away like 4 slots. I gave away 4 slots, and it was a master class over Zoom. I'm sitting down with producers, songwriters, and musicians for 3 days straight, and I'm on Zoom with them for 2 to 3 hours a day, giving them all game. All right, if you trying to find your manager, look for this type of thing. If you're trying to get some type of sync deal, look for this type of thing. If you want a publishing deal, this is what it should consist of. And then I gave them a whole game based off of how to produce music, and I gave them a whole game on how to mix music, and I just pieced together a full course of this is how to produce music. Well, guess what? Now, when I do the masterclass, I'll post and say, look, masterclass coming at the end of the month. You want to sign up? Come through. You're like, all right, bet. Even I've noticed I had some repeat people to sign up for the same masterclass, and I was like, it's the same thing, right? And what I didn't realize is some people just want to come do the actual Zoom because they got the opportunity to ask questions, and it's one on one. So they're like, all right, well, if you cost $1,500 for a coaching call, I'm gonna pay this $100, and we gonna do. I'm gonna sneak this coaching call in. I'm gonna sneak this coaching call in on this masterclass. I ain't mad at it. Support is support. But anyway, we want to create some type of urgency around the offer. You can use terms like only 10 slots left. The first 5 people to get this, you get free merch. But you have to make sure that whatever you're offering, if you're going to offer an additional product, make sure you average that price into the product. You don't want to say, I'm going to give you some free merch, and they bought a ticket for $100, but your merch costs $100. That is a lose. That is an L. I'll say it again. I'll say it again. You don't want to offer them free merch, right? And then you say, well, you get free merch in the form of, you get you a ticket. The ticket costs $100, but for you to fulfill that order, it costs $100. You ain't make no money. You're at zero. You're at zero. What Reggie say? Reggie say, start with art schools with programs sell book. Hey, that's fire. I need Reggie. We got to text each other and make some time. We got to make some time. It's been this. It's been this. I be fighting to try to get. I be wanting to go to bed so bad. I be like, Lord, let me go to bed tonight. I'm gonna tell y'all how. A lot of my nights, this is how I go to bed. I'm in this chair just like this, looking at the computer. Alarm clock go off. Oh dang, it's next day already. That's how my day's been going. I ain't lying. My day's been on 10,000, dog. Like even after I get off this, I gotta mix some music now. So anyway, off subject. Number 5, content is currency. Content equals currency. Content equals currency. Say it with me. Content equals currency. What I want all of us to understand is if you get people to pay attention to the content, you're already getting paid. You're literally getting paid. What people don't realize is you're not looking at it in its proper context, I think is what's happening. When I post stuff on Instagram and I post something on TikTok or I post something on YouTube, I'm looking at the analytics. I'm looking at the sales that's attached to each post. I'm looking at the conversion rates. That I get new people to call me for coaching calls? That I get more people to say they want to be a part of the lucrative community? Did I get more people to say they wanted me to produce some music for them? Like, I'm literally looking at conversions for all of the posts that I put out. I don't just post just to be posting. I don't do that. I suggest y'all don't either. That is severely underpricing content. Severely underpricing content. Um, Something else. I think when we take content serious, and I have some points to make underneath that whole content is currency tagline, but I think what we have to realize is if we can create the content, it now can start feeding us in so many other ways. Just creating the content. The first example I gave y'all was Phoenix Audio, right? Shouts out to Phoenix Audio. If you need a microphone, you need some in-ears, go ahead and holler at Phoenix Audio. Tell them Magneto 7 sent you from the Mad Lucrative Podcast, huh? Use, see, look at me. Use promo code Lucrative Music if you need one of these microphones. This is a real nice microphone, too. It's heavy. What? But guess what? They reached out to me because the content that I create. I ain't reach out to them. They reached out to me because of the content I create. They said, look, I think your content fits our brand, and we would like to know what we need to do to partner. How do we need to partner? I didn't reach out to them. And this is the importance of creating good content and honing in on one thing. You can't be a person like I've told people on TikTok. When I first started doing TikTok, I did these are the colognes that I like to wear. Then I did a male grooming video. I think even with the podcast, I still do it on the podcast. But even with the podcast, I promoted a head razor because I'm bald. It was a head razor. The company was like, yo, we can do an affiliate commission. I was like, I bet. I did a head razor commercial for them. It was another company that did, what was it? The head razor. It's been a few of them that's been like far from music. But my point is this. I consistently made some type of content. Even if you feeling your way through what's going to work for yourself. Now we got some systems that's around it, so you don't have to guess. But yeah, I would just create content. I need to put something out, and I need to figure this out quick. Because guess what? The internet is forever moving. I know everybody's heard the idea of the real wealthy people make money while they sleep. It is nothing like seeing your Stripe. If you don't even know what a Stripe account is, I'm telling you. Stripe account is what pays, like if you got a website like I do, that you can buy ebooks, you can buy sound packs, you can buy coaching calls, you can buy pre-recorded coaching calls, you can buy all this stuff off my website. Well, guess what? Every morning since 2024, I wake up to something extra. It might be $20 in the morning. By the time the day ends, I may have made an extra $80. Some days, if I got a new product, like when I list this 30 for 30 challenge, it's gonna go up. It's gonna be 400, 400, 400. Guess what? I'm gonna wake up and say, "Oh, I made an extra $1,000 today. It's great." But guess what? I've learned. This is my audience. This is what I'm really good at. This is the message that I can relay. This is valuable for y'all. And this is the case. This is the one thing. Still with content is currency. People pay you with their eyeballs. True. That's the first one. They pay you with attention. Don't what is it? Squander. I think that's how you say it. Don't squander the attention. If you got somebody's attention and while they're there, make good use of the time. Perfect example. And I have to give examples because I don't think people take me serious sometimes. When we go to a movie theater, let's say we're going to go see Black Panther 3. Appreciate that, K. Rose. Oh no, DK Rose, what up? What up? When you go to the movie theater and you say, "Look, I'm gonna go look at the Black Panther 3." Ashley says, "This is good teaching." Oh, thank you so much. But when you go to the movie theater, you say, "I'm gonna go see Black Panther 3." Everybody excited. Yo, we just paid $50 because movies is not cheap. Pay $50, got some popcorn. I got $2. My wife right here. We about to look at the Black Panther movie. Like, yeah. Well, I want to see who you think Black Panther this time. Who you think got it? Right? You're gonna do all of that stuff. While you're sitting in the theater, what happens? What's the first thing that comes up? The pre-roll. What's the first thing? All of the previews. Yeah, well, what we gonna do next? We got this movie coming out. We got this movie coming out. We got this movie coming out. And if you like the Black Panther, you probably gonna love this one. Then the whole thing comes up on the screen. Everybody, oh, I know this gonna be crazy. Oh, this goes along with the first thing I said when I first started this whole talk. First thing I said is be okay with marketing something for a future sale. You can't physically go watch the movie right now. It is not possible. The movie ain't even out. But they're giving you that preview. As soon as you see that preview, it's in the back of your head. You're going to watch the whole Black Panther movie, number 3. You're going to watch the whole movie. And then as soon as you leave that theater, you be like, yo, what was that? Armor. It was like an Armor 1 or something like that. You're going to get on your phone. Armor 1, the movie. When does that joint come out? And you're going to be on it. They got your attention. You already paid for the first movie. You already paid the movie theater for the popcorn. You paid for the service. That's the service part of it. Now you got the content. You digested the content already. Now they've already sold you on the next piece of content that's about to come out. Ta-da! But we have to utilize the attention while we got it. We can't look at something at face value no more. That's dead. Looking at something at face value. Thank you, Circle of Trust. Looking at something of value looks like this when you post content. All right, I'm going to post this video. What am I trying to get out of this video? What do I want the people to get out of this video? And this is why I be having issues with the comedians, because I feel like some of it's just dumb content. It ain't getting nothing out of it. It's a funny laugh. But, all right, if you, the comedian, wants me to laugh at your content, what is at the end of this? Most of the good comedians are doing exactly what I'm saying. If you look at what's my boy name? I can't think of him right now. Hilarious. He down here in Atlanta too. I can't think of him. I'm gonna just say Country Wayne. Think about Country Wayne. Well, Country Wayne gonna have something coming out around the clock. He gonna have pieces of content. Guess what? He got your attention on YouTube. He already getting a check from it. Drewski, he got your attention on YouTube. The Drewski Love Show, the Shoulda Coulda, all that stuff. He got your attention on YouTube. Guess what? He getting the AdSense dollars. Why he getting the AdSense dollars? He got sponsorship dollars from the content. He got prize picks. And this is the thing. Everything is literally right in front of our face. Everybody is giving us the play on how to win. We're just looking at it from the wrong lens. It's not just content. Content is currency. Showcase your merch. Showcase your merch and your lifestyle. If this were the normal, I don't have any of them washed right now. But if I'm doing any of these 30 for 30 challenges, or if I'm producing a beat, or if I'm doing my podcast, that's my podcast backdrop over there. If I'm doing any of this stuff, I normally got No More Poverty music. That is my brand. That is my merch. I own it. Guess what? Somebody might be like, yo, I like that No More Poverty music. And not only showcasing it in showcasing the merch in your lifestyle, take it outside. Take the merch in your lifestyle outside. Perfect example. And I'm going to go to the next topic in this same subject, right? I talked about me going to Publix a few months ago, and it was a police officer staring me down. I'm like, I'm black. I ain't got no Rolex on. I ain't got no Cuban link on. I'm just looking bare. My beard has barely been shaped up. Why are you staring at me? So the cop, I'm walking in Publix like this. Ace Ventura status. I'm walking, floating like Prince. And I'm at checkout. I walk around the store. I come back. Same cop is still at checkout. And he started back staring at me. He's just staring. This is why I tell everybody, have a good demeanor. You posture yourself properly. You don't have to have a screw face when you outside. That's not good for your business. It's not good for the aura in the room. It's not good for nobody. Posture yourself properly. So I see the cop. I said, man, what's going on, bro? I made light out of the situation because I saw you staring me. I said, what's going on, bro? He's like, bro, I ain't gonna front. I been looking at that shirt. I forgot I had my own merch on. I looked at it, I was like, oh. I was like, no more power news. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like, what's that? Like, what's that? So I had the opportunity to explain. And this is why I tell everybody, get clear. You have to be clear on what it is you're offering. I talked to the police officer. I say, man, look, I said, I started doing music reviews a few months ago. I saw some artists were submitting music. I said it was sounding real poverty-ish. So he was laughing. Keep in mind, this is a police officer. He laughing. He said, bruh. He said, so what does that mean? I was like, what do you think it means? He's like, I just think it's bad music. I said, poverty music is music that takes away from a community. It's the music that's the soundtrack to bad, just violence. It's the soundtrack to everything negative in the community. It enhances it. It shines a light on all of the bad. We talking about girls twerking. We talking about girls selling their box. Talking about dudes shooting. We talking about the dope dealers. We talking about the junkies. All of this in my brain is poverty music. I want to elevate how we look at music. He was just like, that's dope. He was like, so that's yours? I was like, yeah, this is my merch. It's mine. It's literally mine. I showed him my IG page. He followed me. Then he said, bro, I'm about to get some merch right now, bro. I was like, for real? He's like, yeah, for real. Dead serious. This dude bought $235 worth of merch. $235 worth of merch one night. Because I was walking through Publix with my own stuff on. You got to showcase your merch. You can't be out here acting like you don't know what's going on. Like, you got to be aware of what's going on. You got to be aware. Anyway, showcase your merch and your lifestyle. Show your services in action. Testimonials, behind the scenes, the tutorials. The idea of us doing commercials for our brands, as soon as social media hit, that's dead. As soon as social media hits, the idea of us doing this is what a commercial would look like. All right, I'm gonna show y'all. Perfect example. All right, this is me using my nice handy dandy microphone, Phoenix Audio. Look, y'all gonna remember by the time I'm finished tonight, Phoenix Audio. But you know what? This is a Phoenix Audio commercial. You sing, you come off the stage. Every time I jump on the stage, I love to use my Phoenix Audio microphone. The dynamics of the microphone, the way it's shaped, the weight of the microphone. It is the perfect microphone for your venue. Make sure you get your Phoenix Audio microphone today. And then the music comes on, and then it shoots to the screen, and it's a still shot of the video. A still shot of the product. That's dead. That's dead. As soon as social media hit, and all of us and people like me that got a loud mouth start saying, hey, that is trash. Don't listen to that. Listen. I'm a beatbox on this mother. As soon as social media hit, the idea of the commercial was dead. So now everything has to be suggestive marketing. Everything has to be in use. Like, I want to see how you use it. Like, when I produce beats, a lot of people say, yo, bro, what DAW you using? Yo, what plugin is that? Actually, I need to be working on me a plugin. For real. I need to be. Instead of plugging native instruments. But every time I'm producing beats, yo, what controller is that? These are the opportunities that we can take now, an educated guess on what our next product should be. And this is how you showcase your product. Just use it. Show people you using it. Just use it and let them see it in action. Behind the scenes builds credibility. BTS, behind the scenes, builds credibility in every space. Case in point. And this is all with content and currency. And this is why my nights, how long I got? Lord, I'm an hour in. God dang. Okay. I gotta hurry up. But the idea of of using behind the scenes to sell product, guess what? That builds credibility with your brand. People say, look, I saw him producing that joint for so and so. He been posting on IG for like years. And buddy hard too, bro. And I salute you, bro. Guess what? All of that builds credibility. The behind the scenes work. People saw me setting up my own stuff for the podcast. People saw me going through the trash audio doing the podcast. People saw with the bad Wi-Fi connections and especially with lucrative love. They saw us doing all of the hiccups, right? In real time. Once we get to that point where we're on Breakfast Club status or we're on any of the big podcasts, as soon as we get to that level, people say, I can't say nothing bad. Like, bruh been working. Bruh been working. We got to use this. We got to use this stuff. All right, lastly, on the content is currency, make sure you're visible everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, emailing lists, whatever. Be visible. If you're not visible, a lot of stuff just ain't going to happen. Number 6, collect emails and DMs. And some of this stuff is remedial because we talked about this a few days ago. I just want to make sure I drive the point home. Collect emails and DMs. You can use social media. How can I break it down? Look at social media as a house. I think that's a good idea. Look at social media as a house. In a house, and say a nice house. In the house, you're going to have the interior of the house. You're going to have the exterior of the house. You're going to have the driveway. You're going to have the street. You're going to have the mailbox. Right? You're going to see all of this stuff. If you are to post something on your wall, that's you putting the jack-o'-lantern on your porch. That's you putting the Christmas tree out. That's you putting the Christmas lights on the house. And there was, oh, that's a nice house. I see that. That's pretty cool. Right? You posting on your wall. That's the front porch. Now, when people come look at your stuff and they comment, they say, okay, we got some Ring doorbell. Yeah, can I help you? I see you on my Ring doorbell. Look at your comments as people are walking up to your front porch, knocking on the door, say, look, I just saw your lights outside. It's pretty dope. Hey, you gonna open the door? You gonna open the door? And watch this. Hopefully this analogy works for all of y'all. They're going to knock on your front door. Socially, they're knocking on your front door. When they're knocking on your front door, they're leaving a comment. They're leaving you a heart. They're sharing the stuff in their stories. They're doing all this stuff, right? They're knocking on your front door. Now you have the opportunity to answer the door. How do you answer the door? You comment back. Hey, how you doing, man? Appreciate that. Ha, fire sign. Praying hands. Appreciate that, big dog. Right? You answer. They knocked on the door. You answer the door. Now, they might want to come in the house. If they want to come in the house, what they going to do? They're going to send you a DM. They're going to say, hey, bro, hey, I like this right here. Can I shoot you a DM right quick? Yeah, just shoot me a DM. Now they walked in your house. They're in the front room. They're like, oh, yo, okay, it's cool. Y'all going to have a conversation in the DMs. While y'all having a conversation in the DMs, they're like, yo, this is actually a cool vibe in here, bro. What else you got going on? You be like, yo, I'm about to cook something on the grill outside. I'm about to cook some steaks on the grill in the back. You want to come get some grills in the back? Case in point, translation. Grills in the back. I got this product that I'm about to sell, and it's like $5. Like if you want one, it's $5. You want one? You want one? Cool. And this is why it's important to have different tiers of products. You got to have a low end. You got to have a high end. What? Got to have low end. Got to have high end. Because now you just invited them to the back. They gonna eat a steak off the grill. Y'all gonna have a conversation. While y'all in the back having a conversation, you're gonna say, look, bro, this is dope. Like, I actually got this going on, and I would love to partner with you. What you think about this? Case in point, translation. Producer, they leased the beat from you from your website for $20. That's the intro. Now they say, all right, I like what I did to the beat. Can I buy the exclusives? And if I buy the exclusive, do you have a way for me to mix and master it? If you got a way to mix and master, do you have a studio I can use? All of this stuff, it translates. It's the same thing over and over. So now you've built the rapport with the person. Now remember what we said. We want to turn our followers into family. Followers into family. If you turn your followers into a super fan, if you do something bad, they're going to come knocking you. They're going to kick your back door in. See what I'm saying? If you turn your followers into super fans and they get mad at you, they're gonna come kick your back door in. But if you turn your followers into family members, now they're gonna be like, all right, that ain't him. Like and they're gonna give you chances to get it right. They're gonna give you chance after chance to get it right. This is why I teach the way I teach. This is exactly. DK Rose says he had a beehive effect. Exactly. Every anyway, I gotta go to the next part. Build your email list. You got to have some type of checkup. Translation. Translation. An email list ain't nothing but you texting Big Mama. You call it auntie and them say, hey, how you feeling? How you been good? You alright? You eating good? Heat working good? Y'all straight over there? Right? Translation. When you do that to your fan base, what's going on? This is what's popping for the week. Or if you want, you could use your IG channel, whatever you need to use to keep in contact. But what's going on, everybody? This is what's going on over here. This is what's going on over at the Mad Lucrative Network, the Magneto 7 brand. I got this going on, and I love for y'all to show up. If y'all want to, cool, come through. When I started doing this 30 for 30 challenge, which I got to post in it tonight, the first people I started to hit was my lucrative community members, my inner circle, and then I hit everybody on IG, my channel on IG, the Mad Lucrative channel on IG. I said, look, I'm doing this 30 for 30 challenge. I'm gonna be doing a free coaching call for the whole month of March. Anybody need it, come through. Right? I saw the channel subscribers on IG go from like 175 up to 200 and some change. And I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. I only expect for the right people to be attracted to the thing that I'm offering. I'm not a general interest guy. I understand that now. Right? Number seven, simplify the checkout process. Simplify the checkout process. And I don't think I'm gonna get through all of this. I'm gonna try to. The fewer clicks, the more purchases. Fewer clicks, more purchases. You don't want 1,000 people to show up on your website and only 2 people buy a product. That's a bad ratio. If you get 1,000 people, you should have at least 10 to maybe 1%. Yeah. If you got 1,000 people, it would be great to have 100 people buy something, but those ratios are like out of this world. A lot of people ain't hitting them numbers. So if you get 1%, that's not that bad. 10 people out of 1,000 that hit, hey, congratulations. You sold at least one of something. That means it worked. Figure out a way to make it work more. Figure out a way to level up. All right, number two, make sure the buying process is easy. Make sure the buying process is easy. If I was doing this just on IG and I wasn't streaming from my other platform, because I got a secondary company that's streaming to IG and all the other channels, right? If it was just on IG, I would pin certain comments, and then I would pin the promo code to buy the whole 30 for 30 challenge. I would pin this stuff in the chat, but I can't do it because I'm on all of the social media platforms right now. So this is for y'all. This is all for y'all. Next, I'll just go through these real quick. For merch, make sure you're selling something that they want. Survey your audience. Test the design before you print it. Test the design before you print it. With Printify, and I'm gonna tell y'all all of the game. Like, so hopefully y'all just take notes and y'all can write down what y'all need. All right. But for me, I use Printify to print all of my what do they call them? Sample packs. All of my samples for my shirts. I'm gonna probably go to Printify first just to see if I like the print on the t-shirt. Now, when it comes to actually selling it, I have a few different ways to sell it. For the people that's in Atlanta, I have an actual vendor in Atlanta that will print my shirts, and I like to physically deliver my shirts to my people. Why? Why do I like to physically deliver my shirts to my people in Atlanta? It's more points of contact. It's a way for me to contact them. It's another way for me to show appreciation. It's another way for me to say, look, bro, thank you for spending that $30. Thank you for spending that $20. If you're in Atlanta, I don't want you to buy it off the website. Buy it from me. I'm going to come meet you. Right? I suggest everybody do this. Jay, yo, what up, boy? What up? Number 2, focus on wearable pieces. conversation starting pieces. Wearable conversation starting pieces. For me, stop making poverty music. You can't get no simpler than that. For you, you got to figure it out. This is why a lot of people might sell merch, or y'all might come up with different t-shirt lines and people don't buy it. Think about it like this. If you are in a store and somebody got to pick between your shirt or buying something at H&M, what's going to be the difference maker? What's going to get them to say, all right, this is pretty dope. Got a sister that's printing press does. Oh, that's dope. That's dope, DK Rose, that's dope. So I like for people to put thought into the text of their shirts, especially if it's t-shirts, because everybody can sell t-shirts. I like for you to put thought into the text of your shirts. Are you going to go with the 70s font? Are you going to go with like this new age matrix type of font? Like, find it. And then, is the font consistent with your brand? Because I can't stand for somebody to come up with a font. Say, for instance, everybody's seen a lot of my merch. I like a lot of heavy font, like big fonts. I like that in my stuff. But if you look at all of my logos, it's the same thing. Like, it aligns itself. Now, if I came out and said, nah, I'm going to put a big tiger print right across the side. I'm going to put a tiger claw right here. And I'm going to put, I am feeling feminine today. All 80% of my men following will be like, hey, no, unfollow. Buddy wildin', bro. What is this selling? What is this? Nah, y'all, Nito, I rock with you, bro, but that's nah. Unfollow. But when you focus in on what your audience works, who is your audience? You can't find out who your audience is if you don't post enough. Posting is free. All it costs you is time. And if you're broke, you got time. All right, number two. Use pre-orders and print on demand. Use pre-orders and print on demand. And all of this is centered around merch. This is all just merch. This is why I really should do like a 6-month course on this stuff. But make sure you do print on demand to reduce the risk. No need to buy 500 shirts and they just sitting in your basement. Say, I got 500 shirts that's sitting in the basement. I don't know who's gonna buy it. You go to church. Your church members say, "What happened to them shirts you was selling?" I mean, I was selling some shirts and I don't know. One shirt got 500 of them in my basement. We don't want to do that. We don't want to. Trust me, I have done this before. I have done this. I can't remember what it was. A shirt that me and my wife came out with, and we had printed so many of these joints. And every time I come across these joints in my basement, because I had a big basement, every time I come across these joints in the basement in the corner, packaged up, big ass box, I'm like, why did we buy all these shirts? Why did we buy these? Don't be like me. Don't be like me. Learn from my pain. All right. Number two, as far as the print on demand, make sure we start lean. Start lean. We don't want to pre-order anything. I like to create urgency with content. If you, case in point, this is the easiest way to do it, and I'm gonna go to the next point. Easiest way to do it. If you got a t-shirt line that you're about to sell, and you start subliminally posting those t-shirts. Every time, if it's a comedian, every time he's doing a skit, he gonna put that t-shirt on, or he might put the same t-shirt on a baddie. I love using the baddies. I ain't gonna front them. The women can sell. He'll put a t-shirt on one of them in one video. He'll wear the same t-shirt in another video, and then he just rotates the t-shirt. Well, guess what? At some point, if it's a conversation piece, people gonna be like, "Yo, that shirt is crazy. Like, where you get this shirt from?" If the conversation starts, now you can start doing analytics. All right, this video got 25,000 views. Since this video got 25,000 views, who are the people that watch the video? Okay, based off of this, out of 25,000, 80% of them women, the other 20% is men. Okay, go a step further. Out of all of this, most of my people are New Jersey, New York, Philly, Baltimore, and a little bit of Maryland. Okay, cool. What do they want in the middle of winter? It ain't t-shirts. They do not need no t-shirts in the middle of winter. Trust me. I lived in Queens for a minute. I wasn't looking for nobody's t-shirt. I was not looking for nobody's t-shirt in every time I went to New York. Hey V, every time I went to New York, I was living in Whitestone when I would go up there, and Whitestone is right off of it's right by what is it, LaGuardia Airport. Every time I went up there, if it was October, yo, I was like, yo, what? What? I just need a big coat and a hoodie. I need two hoodies. Guess what? Tend to the market. The market is going to tell you what you need. The market's going to tell you what they're willing to buy from you. The market's going to tell you this stuff. You don't have to make them buy nothing. All right. Number three, invest in good mock-ups. I was gonna mention somebody, but I ain't gonna do it. Invest in good mock-ups. Lifestyle picks. Lifestyle picks. Remember, we don't want to. Remember, I did this fake ad and I just said, hey, if you need a microphone, make sure you get the Phoenix Audio microphone. It's nice and handled. You don't want people to do that. You want somebody to be you. I almost want you to get a drunk that's doing karaoke, and I want them to have this microphone and lay up. Hey, girl, you look good. What you? That's you'll find my. You ready? Then they're gonna drink something right quick. And they're gonna spill a little something on the microphone, and the microphone still sounds good. They're gonna drop the microphone, pick the microphone back up. Everybody gonna be like, "Yo, that's a good microphone. That microphone is a good microphone. Let me see." And they're gonna take a screenshot. They're gonna zoom in. Phoenix Audio. Okay, I need to check that out. We got to do that type of marketing. That's the type of marketing we got to do. Show it in use. Show it in use. Number 4, don't be afraid to bundle the merch. Don't be afraid to bundle the merch. For me, I've literally been trying to figure out if I was going to bundle my No More Poverty music merch along with this 30 for 30 challenge, but I don't think I'm going to have to do that. But I did that for I think the first music I think the first masterclass I did last year, I think I bundled merch with it. Or I did a producers challenge last year. I bundled the merch with that. So anyway, you got to figure out what works with you. You got to figure out what works for you. Everything don't work for everybody. You got to figure out what works for you. But don't be afraid to bundle. Number where we at? 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 Number 4 still. Number 4 still. Use digital products and incentives to get people to get to the point of purchase. Socials. It's free. Use socials. Number five. Make sure your merch has a message. Drive the point home. It's not just a logo. You are not Captain America. You can't just walk around with a circle with a star on the middle of it. You ain't that. We is not that yet. Now, the funny thing is, I see people developing brands like this, though. It is happening in real life, but it's so much time and effort. Case in point, the first person that I could think of, where if we just saw the logo, we would know who it is, Mr. Beast. If we saw the Mr. Beast logo, we know exactly who it is. Like, oh, that's Mr. Beast. And funny thing is, he literally has been working YouTube. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me look at that right quick. Mr. Beast, let's see, how long has Mr. Beast been creating content? All right. Mr. Beast has been creating content since 2012. Now, I want y'all to do the numbers, do the math. And this is why I like to tell people, don't get upside down when your product is not working off the rip. You got to allow some time, allow things to work, allow some time to develop. Mr. Beast has been creating content since 2012. I don't remember hearing about no Mr. Beast in 2012. Started the channel in 2012. He went from 2012 to 2017 creating content. 2012, 2017. So what's that? 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 5 years. That's like a magic number. I keep coming across that number right there. 5 years he created content, And ain't nobody know who he was except for his niche group, probably the nerds. Just like, you're Mr. Beast. Or you gonna shoot that plane down? Or you gonna do that? Oh, and then they playing a video game. It's like, oh, don't do that. Okay, you go do it. Oh, I'm about to walk in the room. And they on the little headsets being nerds, right? 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Technically, well, I'm gonna say 5 years. 2017 is when the rise to fame started. That's when people started to recognize him. Guess what? Even in that, he only had he roughly had 100,000 people on the page. 100,000. And that's 2017. 2017, 18, 19, 20. Now he at 20. 2020, now everybody like, oh, that's Mr. Beast. He getting money. He got this over here. Oh, okay, right? And we have to put these things together. He has been building all of this for all this time using the same type of logo. Of course, we're gonna know who it is. Of course, that if that's what you're aiming for, cool. But I would suggest while you're working with the logo, just have some nice font. Let's just start with the nice font. All right. Most people don't care about your logo. They're just like, okay, it's something. He had a couple on the shirt. Anyway, the last part on the merch is make sure that everything has some type of deeper meaning. Everything got to have a deeper meaning. I think those are the things that just sell, and it's we call it evergreen content. That stuff just stays forever. It stays forever. Do I have time to touch on the service? I got 5 points to make in service. Let me see how much time I got. I'm an hour 26 in. All right, I'm gonna do it real quick. I go real quick. And I'm gonna just read through these. I ain't gonna expound on none of them hardly. For services, make sure you position yourself in the real space that you're in. For my chat GPT, it says present yourself as the expert. I'm not going to tell y'all to present yourself as the expert. I can do this stuff because we're talking about 1996 all the way up to now. We're talking about we're talking about different benchmarks that I've achieved along the way. Whether it's Grammy, whether it's Billboard Award, whether it's publishing checks, whether it's entrepreneurship. Like I've hit certain benchmarks along the way that would allow me to position myself as a professional. But if I were to coach you, the new content creator, you, the new singer, you, the new beat maker, whatever you're doing, position yourself where you are. How you do that? This is how you do it. Document everything. Today, I'm going to try to make myself lame right quick. Today, I just bought this new controller. Look, this new keyboard. I just bought it, and I'm about to learn. I'm about to figure out how to play keys. And got something on the board right there. I'm about to figure out how to play the keyboard, and then when I learn how to play the keyboard, I'm gonna use this beat machine right here, and I'm gonna just show y'all the beat machine. honestly, I'm dead serious. If you start doing this as a beat maker, as a producer, position yourself where you are so people can see. They can see the action. They say, okay, that boy been doing this. He been posting every day. The beats ain't all that good just yet, but he's still doing something. And that the more they see you doing it, and the more you build a rapport with them, you're positioning yourself where you are along the way. Guess what? By the time you get there to where you're trying to go, they're going to respect the whole journey. Because, yo, I remember when he did that dumb video and he showed us the beat machine and the keyboard. And I was like, why did he do that? That was stupid. They're going to remember all of the journey. Use that. That is the equity that everybody is going to be needing for your fan base. If you're trying to sell anything, they will need that from you. If you don't have that, you're going to have people like me that don't mind. I don't care how accomplished I get. I'm going to still get you some posts out. I'm going to throw. And the funny thing is, all of the beats that I post ain't the smacks. For me, it's not the smacks. It's just something I did on live. The smacks is the stuff where the studio is dark. It's no lights in the studio, and I got the little circle thing. I ain't talking about no witchcraft. I got this little circle thing. It's just like the planets, and I'm creating those beats. I never post those beats. Those are the joints that I work for placements. If I'm working on the placement, those are joints I keep. The little internet beats, yeah, I just get y'all something. Some loops. I can do 10 of these in a session. Just do something. But anyway, position yourself where you are. Position yourself where you are. Do not sell the idea of time, and do not sell the idea of transformation. I'm going to say it again. Do not sell the idea of time, and do not sell the idea of transformation if you have no track record of getting results. If you have no track record of getting results, remember the bodybuilder example that I use? Remember the bodybuilder example I use? Yeah, I used to be fat. I used to be 285 pounds. Now I'm 195 pounds. Look at me, diesel. That bodybuilder can sell any product in the world related to fitness. He did the work. He did the work. We see it. Like, look at your body, dog. You killing it. Even dudes that's straight gonna be like, yo, bro, diesel though. He could sell transformation. He could sell how much time it took him to, how much time it might take you to lose weight. He could sell that. He could show it to you. He could tell you everything he did to get it done. That's what I'm saying. But if you're not there yet, don't sell time and transformation. Just sell, just sell vulnerability and sell this is who I am. Being genuine. Being genuine works, y'all. I'm telling you, it works. Number two, for services. Number two, for services. Have tiered offers. I just told y'all about that. Tiered offers for me, I got three. Well, I got what? Recession prep kit. I got playbook to production part one, playbook to production part two. Now I got the 30 for 30 challenge. All of these are digital ebooks that I have written, right? Those are my lower tier products. My next tier up will be coaching calls, studio sessions. You want to come sit in with me? I'm producing you. That's the next tier up. The next tier up after that is my continuity plan. You got to pay for a service per month. Are we subscribing to lucrative community? Am I doing my lucrative execs? The lucrative execs is my business people, $1,500 a month. I'm helping them with community involvement. Okay, this month, and this is the thing. All of this is stuff that I'm really good at doing, and it's stuff that I love to do. I'm never going to put myself, I've done this before, but I'll never do it again. I won't put myself in a position to do stuff that I really hate to do because I got to get a bag. Everything that I do at the age of 41, I love to do it. Everything that I do, I love to do it. All right, so, but anyway, have different tiers of products. If you don't know what it is, study your audience. Study your audience. That's like I think I talked about that day 18, something like that. Day 18. Go look at it at YouTube. Number three, make sure we got clarity in our offers. Simplify it. Do not confuse the people with too many options. I feel like Joe Clark. Do not confuse the people with too many options. Yo, all right, all right. So, honestly, I'm bad at that when it comes to beats because for me, music is like my safe place. That's like therapy for me. I don't look at beats as business no more. Like, I do so much business in real estate and other areas. Beats is just like, I love to do it. I love to do what I do. But, if you would look at my website for selling beats, like the lease and the purchases, it's probably like almost 200 beats on that website. I don't care. but if you are a producer and you're trying to, or a songwriter and you're trying to optimize the whole situation, I suggest start with 20 beats. And then if out of that 20 beats, start looking at the ones that people are listening to over and over. Because this is the thing what I learned, and this is when I was signed to EMI. The thing I learned is everybody might like a lot of the stuff that you do, but they're going to come to you for that one specific thing. For me, it's soul beats and boom bap. They want me to give them that just dirty, hard drums. Although I love to create southern beats, I live in Atlanta. I love to create southern beats. I love trap. I love all this stuff. They're going to come to me for the boom bap. Guess what? All right, cool. That's my market. I'm not going to get mad because that's what the fan base chose for me, right? But again, if you're a producer and you're trying to sell beats, post 20 beats on your website. Out of the 20 beats on your website, people are probably going to go to the same three over and over. They're going to say, oh, them joints smacking. Look at why they're going to those beats. Create content around those beats. The more content you create around those beats, now maybe use some caption. Now use some call to action. Now use some Hit me up if you want me to produce you. Just find something to say, right? And then look at the analytics. Did they convert from this post that you made over to this website? Now, when they got to the website, are they still listening to the same 3 beats, or did they expound because they got a relationship with you? And we're not looking at this stuff. It's just right there in front of us, yo. It's right there in front of us. But anyway, um, lastly, uh, the follow up. Oh, we be failing in the follow up zone. I ain't gonna front. I have in podcast world, because I got a few people that wanted me to interview them. I have failed tremendously in the follow up zone because I just got a lot going on. And again, for me, content is not a job. Even though I make money from it, content is not a job. It's like it's one of the things that provides income. It's like, oh, cool, got a little AdSense check. Oh, cool, little royalty check came. It's cool. All right, thank you. Right? It's never gonna. I just won't position it. I will not position it in my brain like that no more. When I did that, I was broke. I'll never be broke again, ever. But anyway, follow up. When it comes to lead generation, whether that's a person owning a bakery, a person selling beats, a person that's singing, trying to sell songs that you wrote, a person selling t-shirts. I got the carpet guy that I'm coaching, so carpets. When it comes to that, say you're trying to, I'm gonna use carpet guy for an example. Say he's trying to build, and yo, if you watch this, yo, Eric, if you watch this joint, use it. I don't mind it, use it. But if my carpet guy that's trying to sell carpets, he makes these like specialized carpets where he can sketch it. It's crazy. Like I love the content. He's dope. But he'll make these carpets and it's specialty to the person that he's made it for, whether it's like names and all that stuff. I say, cool. What if you wanted to go to the Hyatt? Or what if you wanted to go to the Waverly Radisson? Or what if you wanted to go to one of these high-end hotels? How much would it cost for you to outfit the room, to outfit your carpet based off of the room, like the interior design of it? How much would it cost for you to do that? Let's build a lead. Let's build some type of a pitch, and we go to these hotels and pitch your carpets for all of these rooms. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to get these accounts, right? You might get one account. One account, you might be outfitting 80 rooms. Do you have the ability to do 80 rooms with what you got right now? That might be a whole nother situation. But this is what I like to plan for. I like to plan for best case scenario. A lot of people say plan for the worst, hope for the best, plan for the worst. No, I want to plan for the best, expect the best. If anything less than the best happens, oh well. We got another one right here. We got another lead right there. We're still good, right? Any event that, and this is especially for my musicians, especially for content people, if you reach out to somebody and you're trying to court their business and they don't reach back out to you on the first DM, everybody got something going on, right? Allow time, allow people to have lives. The world, it does not revolve around you. It just don't. Even if you hit me up, I literally told you my day started at 5 o'clock. It's almost 12 o'clock at night, and I'm talking to y'all. But guess what? If you hit me up on a Monday and it takes to Thursday, allow that time. Allow that time. And now this is another thing. I'm more of a 3 to 4 dayer. I'm more of a 3 to 4 dayer follow upper. So if I send somebody out, like right now, I'm looking for more sponsors for the Mom's Musical. We're doing a whole weekend of pampering for women, single mothers, married women, anybody that's mothers. Right? We're aiming to do something nice for them. We're looking at a wine sponsor. We just locked in Black Lives Matter. Shouts out to Black Lives Matter. And we're looking for more sponsorships to pamper these women. But while we're pampering the women, we have our stage play that they're gonna see. My wife wrote it. I scored all of the music, all that stuff, right? This is what I do. I have been reaching out to Procter and Gamble. I've been reaching out to Coca-Cola. I've been reaching out to all of the Fortune 500 businesses. I reach out to them because I'm gonna double back and reach out to them again if we lock in a sponsorship for my whole music festival. That's what I'm gonna look at doing. So anyway, some of these people took 2 weeks to respond to me. I didn't get Hollywood saying, man, I got a Grammy. I'm a made man. It's so stupid, man. I can't believe they disrespected me. I saw them open the DM and they go, yo, have you ever thought about this? Maybe the person that owns this company has a PR company that's working the page. Maybe the PR company that's working the page puts you in a queue to be responded to. Maybe the company that you responded to is sending you a DM or sending you an email because they looked at all of your stuff. They looked through all of your content to see if your brand aligns with their brand. Maybe it's so many other variables that exist just for this one thing. So we have to allow people to have time and space. Thank you, T. Oh, what's up? TO, what up, what up, what up? But we have to allow people to have space, yo. Everybody, the world don't revolve around us. And guess what? I think we reached out to Black Lives Matter maybe first of the month. No, it was actually the end of February. Reached out to Black Lives Matter. They said, yo, we are interested. We are interested in the event. We love everything that y'all got going on. Cool. After they responded that one time, it was another 2 weeks before we got a Zoom meeting. It was a whole nother 2 weeks before we got a Zoom meeting. And they said, look, I just want to make sure it was clear. So this is this. And they just wanted details. And this is the thing. We're so used to bottom of the barrel business where when the big business comes, you don't even know how to identify it. We got to condition ourselves to expect and look for the best in people and the best out of our networks. We got to expect the best. So anyway, we did the meeting with Black Lives Matter and said, look, we want to put this money and this and this, this and this. It's going to be at this venue, right? Is it going to be an issue with this, and there's little details. We said, no, it won't be an issue with that. Guess what? Bread hit this morning. Bread hit this morning in my 501c3 account. So this is the thing. I want everybody just to focus on what you do good. When it comes to follow-ups, if you know you are trash at communication, you better use ChatGPT. ChatGPT. All right, I am. I be thinking like my hood friends. ChatGPT. I am about to send a message to Walmart, and I want them to sponsor my event. Send. ChatGPT gonna say, "Well, if you want to do this, let me create a pitch for you." And he said, "Oh, thank you, thank you, ChatGPT. I appreciate you." But honestly, we got to learn how to use the tools, yo. Use the tools. Use the tools. I think that's all I got for tonight. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. Everybody's taking the 30 for 30 challenge. We almost there. This is day 22. We almost there. So hopefully y'all are getting some results. I got some questions. My bad. I got some questions to read. Erica Littlejohn. All right. Let's see what she got. Thanks for the 30 for 30 question. I'm working on building my funnel system, and I don't remember the site that you suggested. Okay. Let me go back to my notes. Let me go. What was funnel system? Funnel system was yesterday. Yeah, funnel system was yesterday. Erica, if you're gonna use your funnel systems, Mailer Lite, and Lite is spelled Lite. That's one of the sites you can use for email. Something else you can use is ConvertKit. ConvertKit. That's something else you can use for emails as far as your funnel systems. ClickFunnels is a really, really good one. That's a premium one though. ClickFunnels is really good. I use them when I'm doing a bigger event. ClickFunnels, where it might cost a little bit more, I think the AI that's built around it just takes it out of this world. It's crazy. And then the last one that you could use is System.io, System.io, and that's free. That's a free one that you could use. All right. Let me see who else we got. Only two of them. All right, cool. Mike Seabrook. All right, Mike Seabrook. I'm interested in building a handyman business for secondary income. What steps should I take to get started? First off, do you know what the F you're doing? I had to say it. I'm a GC. I'm a general contractor, so I gotta say this stuff. um, um, Mike, Mr. Seabrook, what I would suggest is start doing some fillers. Every area has a site called It's called Nextdoor, right? Every site has a site called Nextdoor. Or every community has a site called Nextdoor, right? Nextdoor has kind of replaced what we used to use was Craigslist. We used Craigslist back in the day. I had ads running on Craigslist for a minute. What you could do, create a little flyer in Canva, right? On that flyer in Canva, only post, please hear me well, sir. Only post on this ad that you're about to type, post what you do really good. Post what you do really good. If you know you're not good at sheetrock, do not put that as a handyman service that you provide. If you only do plumbing and you might do a little HVAC and you might do a little electrical, right? I would put that stuff on there if you do that stuff currently. I would even suggest you get insured. Please get insured. You could get $1 million insurance for like maybe $100. You get $1 million insurance, keep it for like a month or two, and just see how it works. This is what I want. This is why I say that. I think a lot of my clients, when I was first starting, wanted to know if they stuff up, are they protected? That's all they wanted to know. They already called me to do the business because they got a word of mouth, and they're like, "Yo, he's cool to work with. I don't mind this black guy in my house because I dealt with a lot of people with money." We talking about them Sandy Springs houses. We talking about them Alpharetta houses. I deal with people with money. So the word got around. This black guy's all right. He pretty fire, and he did this. So I'm gonna just say, offer what you're really good at first. As soon as you do that, put the ad on Nextdoor. If you don't see any traction, now build you a IG page or build you a Facebook page just for the handyman business. I see you say you want to do it as secondary income. Build you a page around it. Now do a corny little ad. The corny little ad should be you doing the work though. I did this I might be able to find it somewhere on Facebook. I did an ad back in the day when I first did my handyman business called what was it? We'll get you right is what my ad said. It was like on some living color type ish. Like it was me. It was mad corny. I had like the 80s music. That's the beauty in being a producer too. Like I could just visualize stuff different. But I stood up on the ladder. Not, when the camera, my wife had the camera. It panned to me. I said, "We'll get you right." And I had my drill. I said, "Zit." And then she went back to me. I was under somebody's kitchen sink, and I came back, and the water was in my eye. I said, "We'll get you right, right?" But anyway, that one ad probably made me about $5,000. That one ad probably made about $5,000, and out of that $5,000, it probably landed me maybe four, maybe more than that. Probably 5 to 7 investors that was looking at using my services for their flips on their properties. So that's when I had to get into team building, and that's when I had to get into scopes of work, and this is how we do this, and this is the checklist, the punch list, right? That's when I had to do a lot of this stuff. But start simple. Start with what you do really good first. Build a rapport with your audience, which is your clients. Go into the houses, do an impeccable job. Don't be smelling like trash. Make sure you got good cologne on. Make sure your breath smell good. If you smoke, make sure you put something on. Like the little details is what people remember about you. They don't really, honestly, anybody can hire anybody to come do a job as far as in the house. They can hire anybody to come change a light fixture. They can hire anybody to come do a sink, like change the sink faucet. They can hire anybody. What are you going to do differently to make a lasting impression? For me, I'm going to use comedy. I'm going to use good conversations. I'm going to ask questions about, oh, this is, I saw that you got this. You a veteran? Oh, thank you for your service. Where did you serve? And I'm going to allow that space. Let them have the conversation. Let them talk about them while I'm scoping out the work. Okay. While they're talking about, yeah, well, I was in Vietnam. And this is honestly, this is how I do business to this day. I served in Vietnam, and while I was in Vietnam, I remember it was a guy that was in my particular division, and I said, man, you go while he doing all that talking, I'm like, okay, you're gonna need some new cabinets, need some new pulls on the cabinets. See a little spot on the ceiling. All right, I see you might need some floors right here. You might be wanting some new appliances at some point. And then by the time he finishes talking about himself, and I heard just enough of it so I could respond to it, and we had that conversation, I'm gonna say, all right, you called me about your light fixture, right? Cool. Well, since you called me about your light fixture, I saw this right here. You think about getting this done at any point in time? Actually, my wife told me I've been needing to get something done about that for the longest. And guess what? I solved the problem. Solved the effing problem. Solved the problem. I am the solution. All of his husband duties, I just took him off his plate. I took all them husband duties. I said, okay. So your wife said I heard her say she wanted some granite, bro. She said she wanted the granite, bro. Guess what? You a Vietnam vet. You live in Alpharetta. Your house is worth $600,000 to $700,000. You can spend $5,000 to $10,000 on your kitchen. So where a job may have been a $500 job, just for me observing, listening to him, letting him have his space, finding what the issues are, solving the problem, it went from $500 to a $10,000 to $15,000 job. That's how I operate. That's how I operate. I don't. That's where my issue comes in with music. That's why I have an issue with how music business is ran. I already have a whole program to solve a lot of the problems that exist in music business today. I got a whole program for it. I already see the issues. I already know where we're going. But anyway, hopefully, Big Mike, hopefully I answered your question. On the legal side of things, make sure you get the insurance. Make sure you try to start an LLC if you're serious about it. You want to document all of your income. Find you a good CPA. Trust me. Because when I'm talking about all this good money, I ain't tell you about the taxes. Okay. Sheesh. Mr. Crawford, you owe us. For real? That year went by real quick, didn't it? But get you a good CPA. Get you a good system that you could use where it's keeping track of everything, in and out money, all of the money that you have to spend on supplies, all the new tools that you might have to replace. Uh, when you get to the point of leveraging other people's time, like I do, because I sub out 100% of all of my work now. I don't do none of my housing work. I just go through and say, all right, did this, y'all finish it? All right, see y'all Friday. I make sure I hear y'all check. Right, that's where I am now. But it took time. It took time to get there. So, and now I'm still looking at even bigger things. I got a whole nother play that I'm looking at in other spaces. But anyway, hopefully y'all enjoyed this. I don't have anything else to say. Um, and if y'all do have questions, everybody that got the 30 for 30, just email me. I'll be here tomorrow. This is day 22 in the books. All right, I'm going to holler at y'all. All right, peace.